that's when everything clicked. That's why you got the Pokemon gotta catch it all thing. That's why you gotta, you're looking for profiles, you're looking for memories, you're looking, okay, this makes sense. And then I told Lance, why in the world is an educational experience like that not in Michigan? We're known for craft beverage and we're very good at it. Why did I have to go 6.5 hours to learn anything about this hands-on?
Welcome to Bourbon 30. I'm your co-host, Jason. My partner in crime over there is Ricardo. Rick.
Wow, we are casual today.
Yeah. We are joined by two people from an amazing place this morning or this afternoon, Legacy Wine and Spirits. Lance and Angeli.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.
We are so mad.
I'm not a host. I can do the co-hosting. I tried doing this myself one day. I had my own drink and everything. I tried to do it. I lasted a minute and a half, and I ran out of stuff to talk about myself.
I don't blame you. That would not that'd be hard. That's a hard job.
It's not a bad thing that you have a hard time talking to yourself. Lance, Angeli, you guys have something unique going on. So you're open up Legacy Wine and Spirits in Hudsonville, Michigan. Where about in Hudsonville area?
Well, the downtown Hudsonville,
Okay.
which is the now quote downtown, right? That's what everyone likes to say when they talk about it. They're making it a downtown over there, so we're excited to be a part of it. But if you know the Terrace Square area, we're right across from that.
Okay.
So, yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
And you're opening up something that is such a brand new concept. The state of Michigan actually had to change laws for you.
Yes. So we are bringing the barrel thieving experience to Michigan. So we're the first ones to do this at the capacity that we're doing it at. So if you go to some distilleries, you'll maybe get a quick taste out of a barrel in the back. But at our place, you'll have a lineup of barrels where you get to thief out of each one and try each different barrel before you buy it. So you get the foolproof, unfiltered, uncut experience.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So right now, your tasting room, that's the right name for it, right?
Correct.
The tasting room is not open yet. And that's just that time of filming it. I think you've got your opening date coming up pretty fast. I think.
So yeah, with the new rules you talked about, a lot of that has led to pushback on the timeline. So we're hoping end of July for grand opening, but we're not sure yet.
Okay.
According to the timelines that we've gotten from some of the government agencies, should be a couple weeks out. Now, we said that a couple weeks ago, and we haven't heard anything, so we'll see.
We're just waiting for the green light.
Well, it normally takes a few weeks for this to get edited up and then posted. So maybe by the time this goes live,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
we'll be sharing it with you guys, and you can blast it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll definitely. So we blast out to a lot of businesses here in West Michigan, so they should be able to see this.
And we do know that there are people that do watch this.
Oh, perfect.
Hey.
It's these views.
It's not just his wife or you.
And yours.
My wife's not watching it.
Yeah, we do it. 250 views.
So, but yeah, barrel thieving. That's kind of cool. Even right now, though, I think it's pretty neat. You guys are, just in case this comes out before you open the tasting room, you're giving tours at your production facility, right?
Yes. Yeah, if you go to our website, you can sign up for any tour times or contact us. In that, even on Saturdays, we're doing open hours just so people can come in whenever they want rather than having to figure out a time and set it up. So, yep, we got ways to get product out to people. A lot of people don't understand that. They think the tasting room's not open. Oh, they must not be selling a product. Well, we are. We have the production facilities all licensed, ready to go, which means we can sell full bottles and do tours where we give you free samples.
Sales awesome.
Yes.
In case this gets out again before the tasting room's open,
Yep.
What's your website?
LegacyWinerySpirits.com.
Okay, no and so
Yep.
Legacy Wine Spirits.
Winery. Yeah. Legacy Winery.
I'm gonna say you better figure that wine out.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Legacy Wines and Spirits is a liquor store in the South.
Oh,
That's
So,
I don't want to go that far to have a tasting.
yeah, exactly. You'll be disappointed too because it's just a big warehouse.
Dang it.
Yep.
All right. That's cool.
So
Yep.
we did bring some products of ours if you guys want to try that.
I know. These are the ones that you haven't tried.
I guess we can try it.
My
Flip
arm.
your arm here.
Yeah, a little twisting of the arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
These glasses are
Can't
pretty.
prepare.
I've been on the tour already.
Yeah.
Kind of knew
Wow.
about it, so I
kind
have
of a big deal.
I have my own glass
Perfect.
already.
Make sure it
Well,
gets back.
hold on. Yeah, I need. Oh, he's filling them all up. Got it.
Which one should I do first?
What'd you bring?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
brought
why don't you talk
a-
about 'em?
Yeah, sure. So we got a Green River distillate here, 99 corn, 1 barley. This comes on 141 proof, so we got some hazmat stuff. But we took that and
Some hazmat stuff.
yeah, so we took that and then we aged that in a dragon's milk barrel. Shout out to the distiller Pete there for hooking us up with that barrel. So we got that one. It's been a big hit since we released it.
Nice.
And then the other one here is a trial batch we did. It's another same mash bill, so 99 corn, 1 barley, 7-year, comes at 141 proof, so same proof level hazmat. But this one we aged in a sherry barrel for 2 months, and then we added something called thermic cubes. So thermic cubes are French oak cubes that we use to put in our wine to get the oak flavors rather than a barrel. So barrels can be a heavy expense, especially starting up. It's a great way to mimic a barrel. So we took that, that was put in our cab wine, Cabernet Sauvignon, took it out of there, and then we soaked it in this bourbon. And we did 3 different trials, a 10-minute soak, 20-minute soak, 30-minute soak. And this is the 30-minute soak of that trial. So
So it ends up being a triple finished, double wine cask finish, which is kind of interesting too, because a lot of times people think if you're aging something in a wine barrel, they kind of think it's going to taste like wine.
Mhm.
What we're doing is we're using it to manipulate flavors in certain ways. So we put it in the sherry cask to round out some heat.
All right,
That's
back to it.
hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you passed it out. Wow, that even smells interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So if you smell it, you can actually kind of smell all the complex
Right.
attributes of this.
one of my favorite smells. I get a lot of that butterscotch up front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting too, because when we did this, we had the hard job of trying it every 5 minutes.
Oh, geez.
So we actually would just try it and try it and try it. And then the second it was where we wanted it, we'd pull it and bottle it.
So
So
the 10, 20, 30 soak was kind of just, it happened that way. We didn't plan like that's how we're going to do it.
Mhm.
It was more of we tasting it, and like, that's not ready. And all of a sudden it'd be like, there it is, it changed. And they're like, each point, it was like a drastic change. Like it was very,
wow.
it was,
Did you
Interesting.
taste it?
Oh, yeah, I know we can.
That is incredible. Right? Sorry, I tasted that. That is incredible.
cheers, Rick.
Yeah.
I did very good for you, man.
Oh, cheers, yeah. Lots of
You're
complex
gonna get the
flavors
heat.
in
I
there.
mean, it's 140. I think
Yeah.
41. I think it's technically 143.
I don't know. I don't even care about the heat.
So believe it or
That
not,
flavor is amazing.
That is.
believe it or not, before we put this in the sherry cask, it was 156.9 proof. And we proofed it. It proofed down naturally by putting it into that
Really?
sherry cask. And we landed at it at what you said, 141.
143.
Yeah, 143. But for 143, I mean, usually that's hard to even drink. And
What do you
people-
use to tell the proof of it? Is there a gauge measure?
There is.
Or is there a tool?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's some Anton Par equipment you
Yeah.
can use to get the.
The cheap thing, a gravimeter or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, there's different ways to do it for sure, hydrometers, that kind of thing. But
We've
when
been,
it comes to proof, you do need certain ones, and
yeah.
the standard ones that does proof that you put in is you got to get like lab certified ones to make sure you're accurate, or there's
They don't go high
machines or,
enough.
like little handhelds you can use to
Yeah.
get the proof on stuff.
That might be seriously one of the most incredible things I've ever tasted. That
Thank
is
you.
So good.
We're proud of this one. We're extra proud of it too, because I don't think this is a thing. People don't do it this way. This is just, hey, Lance, like we put it in the sherry cube and or the sherry cask, and we're like, this is pretty good, but needs something why don't we grab those oat cubes that we just aged our cab in, see what that does? We put it in this big mesh bag like tea, and dunked it in and let it sit. We tried every couple minutes, and our first trial of it was just in a rocks glass. We stuck one in a rocks glass and picked out the flavors we liked, and that's what's the fun part about this job is
for
that we
sure.
can just do whatever we want.
Try this. Oh, that's definitely not going again.
Well, 100%.
I've got to ask a question. How much of this do you have?
Oh, we did one barrel, and I think that came out to about 160 bottles, split between 3 different batches as well. So around 50 bottles per batch that we did.
So it's interesting because
I've got to buy a bottle of this from you.
Oh, we got you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got to buy it. This is seriously one of the most. I'm not even playing this up for the camera. I mean, this is like,
It is really good.
Thank
holy
you.
crap! I've never tasted anything like it.
It's very unique.
It's fantastic.
And when you say they're aged for 7 years, like you made this 7 years ago,
No. So actually,
what does that mean?
yep. So we get it from a large producer like Bardstown or MGP. So our plan is to end up doing our own. But
Okay.
I
Are you
definitely,
really?
yeah. So that's what that's still sitting there nice and pretty for. But it's just
Nice,
a
good
massive.
It's
second
beautiful,
part.
but it needs to be used. It's meant to be used.
Yeah.
So we have a little guy right now that's gonna start some barrels going for us, but it's very common in the industry to source from somewhere else. In fact, everyone does it. Every single person does it. And 90% of distillers don't even use their own stuff. They just source it in, put their name on it. But what we had a problem with is since Lance has always been an alcohol producer in some way, he had a hard time putting his name on something that he didn't make.
Okay.
So we were like, let's just be really transparent about this and tell you exactly where it's from, exactly with the story behind it, and then we'll put a spin on it the way we want to. But eventually, yeah, we're going to be doing our own too. But we've had so much fun with this. Originally, the first thought was this was going to be a temporary method to do finishes and stuff, and then eventually we'd roll out all of our own. But that has changed. This is really fun, and we'll eventually have a barrel of ours or two on the floor too. But this is fun because we had all intentions with doing a winery that it was going to be merged together. That we wanted to take two crafts and merge it because we have had people tell us before, well, how can this guy make good wine if he makes bourbon? Or how can this bourbon guy or how can this wine guy make any or vice versa? Sorry.
Hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, can't make good wine if he's a bourbon guy, and he can't make good bourbon if he's a wine guy. And we're like, why can't you just be a good producer? Why can't we just show you what craftsmanship is like? So, yeah, exactly. Just hold my beer and watch this is right. Because then we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it both well, but on a second part to that is how do we combine the crafts?
I was gonna say you're taking both of them. You're using a little pieces of each, like that wine part that you said earlier. You just happen to throw that into there. Wow, that's pretty good. So maybe down the road, the bourbon will go into a little piece of the wine somehow, or
Yeah, that's exactly right. So tell them about how we're intermixing both. Or are you choking and die? She's
I
done.
do all wrong, so oh, we're gonna get past that.
I thought it was my joke. They still laughing at it. Odd.
Yeah, and the cough worked really well with the joke time.
Are you gonna say it?
Yeah,
or me?
what was the question?
Oh wow, he's out of here. Okay, so he's this
Awesome.
guy. Okay, so
guys, come on.
yes, the plan was to use your wine barrels to finish bourbon in, but then we're also using bourbon barrels to finish wine in.
Okay.
So we're just passing them back and forth. And once we produce everything ourselves, it's kind of nice. It's just an ever-changing circle, which honestly is our logo. That's why it is the way it is. It's an intertwined circle,
Okay.
which is combining two crafts together.
It looks like
Yeah, we
an
have-
aperture.
We got a lot of good ideas coming down the
We have
pipeline.
so if you think this was cool doing this Michigan first, we have other firsts coming down the pipeline.
Mm.
the other day, we just got our gin in, so we're sourcing our gin to start in the.
Oh, sorry. No, I just think about gin. That's all.
Oh, you're not a fan?
I think I just had a bad experience.
Oh, no.
That's actually pretty common. So
I'll link the memories.
we got a gin that was it's not Christmas tree, right? So usually
Citrus.
juniper's a key component. Gin needs to have it, but that's what gives you that Christmas piney flavor. And we got ones that it's there, it's got to be there, but it's just dulled a little bit, and then it's more citrus forward.
Yeah.
So
So isn't gin what's in long drinks?
It could be.
I think it is.
That makes sense. It goes well with
Long
liquor.
drinks are huge
Yeah,
right
they are
now.
delicious.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
We just drink it
mean,
on 4th of July.
if somebody doesn't like the Christmassy, turn it into 4th of July
Yeah.
with a little bit of squirt.
Yeah, exactly. And we're always doing something with that too. So we got that. And then last week, Lance was supposed to be doing something at the tasting room, final touches, and he disappeared for a couple hours. And I'm like,
Oh,
where did this guy go? So I call him and I'm like, hey, when are you coming home? He's like, actually, I never went to the tasting room. I'm like, what are you doing? I get a picture of like 3 5-gallon buckets full of elderflowers. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Elderflower.
He's just-
So it's elderberries. You probably heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. Before that, they're called elderflowers when they're getting their flowers out and getting ripe and everything. And I just driving down, I saw a bunch of them, just tons on the side of the road. I mean, I'm talking, could have got 20 more buckets, and I was like, I got to do this right now. So I just went out there and started cutting them. And then I put them in my gin. So I took those buckets, took the gin, and I put it in there and infused it for 24 hours, which was overpowering, to be fair. It was not, but the flavors were good. You were like, I can see why that'd be delicious. But I took that and I basically took more gin to kind of water it down, not water it down,
Yeah.
but get those flavors to spread out over a bigger batch, and got about a barrel's worth of it, 53 gallons, and I was like, perfect. So just the right amount of floral in it, and then I put it in a bourbon barrel, so it'll be a gin that's aged in a bourbon barrel that's infused with elderflower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually has been a big hit.
Huge
People
hit.
are going
People
nuts.
are loving it. They're wanting to do their flights of gin now. We're like, that's crazy. But yeah, it was funny because he did it. It was amazing. Wow, it's gonna be a hit. But then I'm like, let's spruce this up a little bit, throw this into the barrel, and man, the color's changing. It's amazing. It's gonna be a huge hit.
so let me ask you this. So since you're doing barrel thieving and it stays in the barrel, is your let's say a barrel takes you 2 months to go through. Maybe it's not a good hit, or it's just whatever the case may be. Is your first taste, your first sip of it, always going to be the same as the last, or could at some point be like, oh, this is really good at the beginning, but then you get halfway through and you're like, this is garbage, or
No. So it's
like
definitely
what
a thing.
happens? Do you bottle it at that point when it starts getting to that bad? I don't know if there is a bad point, but you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this a little bit?
So at least in our experience, you might have better answer to this, but usually it actually does the opposite. It gets better in time in the barrel.
Okay.
And there's definitely a point where you're like, okay, it's time, especially when we're doing finishes. That's very evident because it gets bitter flavors. So we pull them right before. And it's funny because every time I tell Lance to pull it, he'll be like, that's the number one sign that he's going to ignore his wife and do what he wants. And then wait a little bit and it's perfect. So like every time I say, oh, we got to pull that, it's the sign like we're almost there.
I've used it as a way to determine
That's
when I'm
Yeah, yeah.
age at this point.
She's the 95%.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what happens.
Starts getting worried that's gonna go too far, and I'm like, no, we're holding on here.
But to answer your question, we actually had a few of them. We had a 12-year that was hot and it was good. It was really good. Except it wasn't like gonna be a store pick.
Okay.
It was just like, well, maybe we'll use this for this and that, and this is a good finishing one. All of a sudden, some guy, we stuck it in the corner, never touched it again for a few months. And then we came back to it, and someone actually came to us to do a store pick, and he's like, can I try that barrel? And we're both kind of like, I mean, you can, but it's a little hot. It ended up being so incredible, and the color is so dark and amazing now that I think it's going to be a store pick in no time.
What is a store pick?
Yeah, so basically, liquor stores will come up to us and say, I want to buy a whole barrel from you. And then we bottle it and we give it to them. And then they sell it.
Get another taste of this one.
Go
Before
for it.
it gets to it.
Oh, I know, for real.
You guys can keep the rest of
So
Yeah.
That bottle.
this is never gonna see here again.
So if we find you have one that we just love like this,
I know.
yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Dang. You can't recreate it though.
No. That's the catch on this Barrel Thief series, right?
And that's kind of more focused on the
That's kinda cool.
small batch, single barrel stuff.
So
right?
every single barrel that we have, or a single anyone has, there's no two that's alike. They might be the same mash bill, which is a recipe essentially, but each barrel is going to give off 100% different profile, and that's what I really liked about it. So I was never like. I was actually fully convinced that no one actually liked bourbon. I thought that you liked bourbon because your friends liked bourbon and that
You had
thought
to like
yeah,
it,
and you just had to be like everyone else. And because everyone always makes kind of a face, right? Like you're like, now no one looks happy your first sip until after right? Well, you did. But so before that, I'm like, I don't know. But what happened is we went to Kentucky.
Mhm.
We tried it there in the barrel thieving experience.
Okay.
And that opened the doors to everything. So my first experience with foolproof stuff was actually a Detroit City distillery. They gave us one amazing barrel that changed everything. It was actually my birthday, and they made me take like a shot in front of everyone. I'm so bad at that. So I was like getting all sweaty. Everyone's gonna judge me. I quick swing it back, and then I'm like, oh, actually pretty good. Can I get another one?
Right.
Ended up buying a bottle.
Yeah, I was
that-
like, give me a bottle of that right now.
Yeah, dude, like then we went to Kentucky, and Lance was like, yo, this is all high proof. Like, I don't think it's gonna be a lot for you. And we'll try it. And we go down the line of the whiskey thieving. And we went to Whiskey Thieves actually. And all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, this is different.
Wait,
It
so you
doesn't
said
start.
you went to Whiskey Thieves? Is
Whiskey
that the
Thieves,
names of the place?
It is the OG.
It's
is
the
the
OG. Pull
Yep,
it out of the
yep.
barrel in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we went there for that
So they
experience.
have that in Kentucky, just not here in Michigan.
Correct. So it is in Kentucky and in Tennessee. It's
Oh,
still
All
not
right.
super normal to see, but you'll see it. You'll find it. If you went to Kentucky, you'd find
It's
it.
like that first sip of it. It's like really sweet, and then that burning taste. Like that first part is what I'm waiting for. I don't even care about the rest of it.
Yeah.
It takes your mouth on a journey for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one's so fun. But so when we went to Kentucky, I started to learn about foolproofs, and we went down the line, and everything tasted different. One's kind of grassy, one's a little caramely, whatever it is. And with that, I was like, man, I can see why people like this now, because I found one that was like carameled apple flavor, and I'm like, okay, I like that. I want that. How can I find this again? That's when everything clicked. That's why you got the Pokemon gotta catch it all thing. That's why you gotta, you're looking for profiles, you're looking for memories, okay, this makes sense. And then I told Lance, why in the world is an educational experience like that not in Michigan? We're known for craft beverage and we're very good at it. Why did I have to go 6.5 hours to learn anything about this hands-on? So the barrel thieving experience is not it's not just a free-for-all, right? You're learning about every single barrel and why it is the way it is. And then you get to try the flavor profiles and the areas. You'll try Detroit City, and it's amazing versus one in Kentucky versus one, in Michigan or Indiana or wherever we're getting them from. And it's really fun. We actually got some samples from out west, and those were really amazing. And I mean, we're getting some Grand Tetons area. I mean, they're amazing stuff. So as we expand, we're going to start getting some really cool things. And we've actually tried over 140 samples to nail down 14 barrels.
Yeah. Oh.
Now we have 4 more coming this week.
I can't come in today. I worked late last night.
I know, isn't that wild?
So okay, so you have 14 barrels right now.
We have 4 on their way as well, so 18 total.
Okay, so you have 4 more on the way.
Mhm.
That was kind of leading to my question. How are you? I mean, you guys, this seems like a sweet business expense. You got to keep constantly, or at least a couple times a year, going around and finding the barrels you want to buy.
That's exactly right. So a lot of times people will look on a master spreadsheet and they say, these are the ones you get. And you just get a whole bunch shipped to you. You have no idea what they taste like. We might be kind of annoying, but we say we're going to need a sample of every single one. And we will go through and sample every single one and then come back to it and maybe come back to it a week later because things change. And then say, this one's got a great one for a single barrel. This one's a great one for a wine finish. This one is a great one. If one is bitter, now I can finish it with this one and blend it together. So there's always a whole wheelhouse going. So believe it or not, those 14 barrels are all accounted for right now, either by store pick, finishes, or what's going to be on the floor.
Mhm.
So everything's very mindful.
I think that model will change a little bit. Where right now we're being very picky, picking out what we want, and at some point we'll get more of a lot when more of the capital's there and the space is there, and then you're like, okay, we like this style when we do beer, we like this style when we finish in wine, and then we'll pick 60 of those or 60 of
Yeah. Yeah.
that kind of thing.
There's
For now, we have to be picky with our barrels coming in.
Right.
I'm looking forward today to I can be like, I'll take them all. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
All of those.
How many barrels are you intending to have, like, opening or shortly after opening on the floor in the tasting room for Thieving?
5 barrels.
5
Yep.
barrels.
Mhm.
At least 4 different ones. There'll be finishes, all that different stuff in there. And we're tossing around the idea, I don't know if we've committed to it yet, of on our grand opening, we're hoping to have a guy burning a bourbon barrel.
No, we're committed.
We're committed.
We're
He's
oh yeah. Yeah, I love the guy.
What happened? Wait, Anonymous? Who? What?
So Joe is the owner of Crow's Nest Cooperage in Grand Rapids. Amazing guy. Weirdly enough, on a side note, I ended up knowing him through the Dutch bingo that we went to school together, and he knew my friend's brother really well. So like we had just ended up knowing all the same people, which was super weird. And anyway, there's not a lot of cooperages at all. Like I think you can count them. I think there's less than 20, honestly. And he's right here in Grand Rapids, and he hand makes them. So on our grand opening, he actually is going to be in the street burning a barrel for us. So he's going to char it and make it by hand in the street, and then we're going to use that barrel as our grand opening barrel, and everyone who's there is going to sign it, and it's going to turn into an infinity barrel. And why you
That's probably going to be the 5th barrel. That was kind of the game plan. So every barrel that we get in that we've done something with that's been on the floor, at least a portion of that will go into that barrel. Whether it's a couple gallons or a couple bottles, whatever it is, and then it'll just be
Yeah.
ever-changing barrel.
Every time you come in, you're going to have something totally.
That'll have like this crib, like a year. It could have a ton of different
Oh yeah.
flavors.
It's
and-
also getting that double oak too, since it'll be a new oak barrel it's in, so it'll be adding oak complexity to it along with just every different barrel, so it'll never be the same when you come in.
I'm sorry, but to repeat, so every time you get a new barrel, you're going to pull a little bit out and you're going to put it inside that infinity barrel, and that all those flavors from all those different things are.
Yes.
That's a pretty neat idea.
That's a really cool concept. I mean, I want to try that now, and it doesn't even exist yet.
No, I mean, we actually do have one started. Everything that we got our samples from, we did that with. That was what we were like, oh, it's going to work. So we tried it. And weirdly enough, he comes up to me, what was your favorite? Which is the one that's really good that you like, the Elmer tea at home? Anyway, he came up with something that was really good. And he came up with ours. And he's like, go ahead and give him a shot. I tried one that's like his favorite. I think it's the Elmer Tea. And I'm like, man, that's really good. And I tried the second one. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. What one is that? And he's like, that's all the bourbon we didn't like in one. And I was like, that's wild. So
That's
all these weird things that we didn't like, maybe it's hot, maybe it's bitter, maybe it's grassy, whatever it was, came together and erased those off-putting tastes and
was
became
very
a really good bourbon. It's
'Cause right before
cool.
I was gonna pour them all together, I had her taste them all. Just to make sure we didn't miss a good barrel, right? Just go through them again, the hard job of tasting them all over again. And then, yeah, ended up being the favorite out of the 12 or whatever we poured together. That was the best tasting one. It was all
Yeah.
of them together.
All right, guys.
Well, thanks so much for having us out.
Yeah. Oh
I
my God.
appreciate it.
This is
Uh,
great.
Yeah, it's a good time.
This is
I'm
awesome.
excited to do that
This is
again.
awesome. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.